case briefs, and so much more. LSData's got what you're looking for.
In 1980, the Supreme Court of the United States ruled on a pivotal case known as Committee for Public Education and Religious Liberty vs. Regan. The issue at stake was the question of whether the state of New York could reimburse non-public schools for administering and grading state-prescribed exams and tests, under the condition that such funds were strictly spent on secular services and did not infringe upon the Establishment Clause of the First Amendment. The case emerged from a New York statute that had authorized financial reimbursement to non-public schools for the cost of testing and reporting services. However, this law underscored that reimbursement could be sought only for secular services, explicitly excluding religious instruction or worship. Prevailing in the lower courts, the district court had struck down a new reimbursement scheme covering the actual costs that non-public schools faced due to state-mandated obligations. The district court theorized that offering tangible aid to religious institutions would, almost by default, bolster the religious clauses of these schools, which contravenes the Establishment Clause. Contradicting the ruling made by the district court, the Supreme Court adjudged that requiring standardized tests and scoring services to be afforded to private school students did not infringe upon the Establishment Clause. Moreover, the court opined that a New York statute, which necessitated state-administered tests to be carried out by non-public schools, also did not transgress the Establishment Clause. The Supreme Court definitively ruled that New York statute did not violate the Establishment Clause by reimbursing non-public schools for administering and grading state-prescribed exams. Disarming the premise that aid to secular aspects of religious schools is categorically forbidden, the court emphasized that adequate measures were in place to ward off potential misuse of public funds. Further, in the court's judgment, schools seeking reimbursement were necessarily bound to follow stringent criteria to ensure proper allocation and application of these funds. Resultantly, the Supreme Court verdict affirmed the district court's judgment, albeit offering a contrasting interpretation of the Establishment Clause.
Case briefs, and so much more. LSData's got what you're looking for. Visit lsd.law, elevate your mind. Leave the stress of class.